Hello everyone, you are on the channel. It's funny to tears. Today, I've got a story for you that proves life is often the best comedy writer, especially when technology is involved. This all started a few months ago. I'm part of this online book club, and we were supposed to have our big monthly meeting to discuss a really dense historical novel. It was one of those books that you either love or you pretend to have read. Our group coordinator, bless her heart, sent out the meeting link and I clicked it ready to dive into a deep literary discussion. Or so I thought. When I joined the call, I saw a dozen faces I didn't recognize. They all looked incredibly serious, staring intently at their screens. I figured maybe we had a lot of new members this month. I muted myself and waited for our coordinator to start. Then, a man with a very official-looking headset cleared his throat and said, "All right, team, let's kick off the quarterly review for Project Chimera. Johnson, are the Q3 logistics reports finalized?" I froze. Project Chimera? Logistics reports? I double-checked the meeting title. It was just a generic, monthly sync. I was definitely in the wrong place. Now, a normal person would have just quietly left the meeting. But my cursor hovered over the leave button and a mischievous thought popped into my head. What if I just stayed? I couldn't resist. I quickly changed my screen name to Observer and turned off my camera, hoping to blend into the background like digital wallpaper. For the next 20 minutes, I was a fly on the wall in a high-stakes corporate meeting for a company I knew nothing about. They were talking about server migration, user acquisition funnels, and something called synergizing our vertical integration. It was like listening to a foreign language, but a surprisingly intense one. A woman named Brenda was passionately arguing about key performance indicators or KPIs. She was gesturing wildly, and you could just feel the corporate passion radiating through the screen. At one point, she said, "We need to actionize our deliverables before the end of the fiscal window." I had to physically cover my mouth to keep from laughing out loud. Actionize? Is that even a real word? I was getting a masterclass in corporate jargon. It was more entertaining than the historical novel we were supposed to be discussing, which, if I'm being honest, was mostly about 18th century farming techniques. The best part was when the man in the headset, who I now knew was named Dave, said, "Okay, let's go around the room for final thoughts. Johnson, you start." My heart skipped a beat. They were going down the participant list. I quickly scanned the names. Observer was thankfully near the end. As each person gave their very serious, very corporate summary, my panic grew. What was I going to say? Should I confess? Should I make something up about Project Chimera? Maybe I could offer some insights on their synergizing efforts? I was sweating. This was way more stressful than pretending I'd finished my book club reading. It was almost my turn. The person right before me was wrapping up their point about leveraging our assets. I had a split-second decision to make. My mouse darted towards the leave button. I was about to click it, to vanish like a digital ghost, when my cat Mittens decided it was the perfect moment to jump directly onto my keyboard. My finger slipped. Instead of leaving, I accidentally hit the unmute button and the spacebar at the same time. The entire meeting went silent as my microphone broadcast a very loud, very startled meow, followed by me yelping, "Mittens, get off the deliverables." There was a solid 5 seconds of stunned silence from the dozen serious corporate faces. I could see Brenda's jaw drop. Dave, the man with the headset, just stared blankly. I wanted the floor to swallow me whole. I finally managed to slam the leave meeting button, my face burning with embarrassment. I shut my laptop and just sat there in the quiet with my cat purring on my desk, completely oblivious to the corporate chaos she had just caused. I was mortified. I had infiltrated a top-secret meeting and my grand finale was a cat-related incident. A minute later, I got an email. It was from my book club coordinator. "Hey, sorry, sent the wrong link. Here's the right one. We're just starting." I clicked the new link, and there they were, all the familiar faces of my book club chatting happily. I joined and someone asked, "Hey, you're a bit late. Everything okay?" I just smiled and said, "You would not believe the meeting I was just in." I decided not to share the full story with them. Some things are just too weird to explain. I still wonder what the Project Chimera team thought happened. They probably think Observer is some eccentric, cat-loving executive who speaks in code. A week later, out of sheer curiosity, I searched online for the company name I'd overheard. It was a real and rather large tech firm. And get this, I found a public post from someone who worked there, mentioning a legendary mystery cat incident in a recent all-hands meeting that had become an internal meme. They said it was the funniest thing to happen all quarter, and had actually boosted team morale. So in a way, Mittens and I had a positive impact. We helped actionize their deliverables by providing a moment of unexpected joy. It just goes to show you, sometimes the wrong turn or the wrong click can lead to the most hilarious story and a very confused cat. So what's the lesson here? Always double-check your meeting links, and maybe, just maybe, always be prepared for your cat to make an unexpected contribution to a corporate strategy session. You never know when you might need to synergize your feline assets. I hope this story brought a smile to your face today. Life is full of these wonderfully absurd moments, and sometimes you just have to lean into the chaos and enjoy the ride. It's certainly given me a story I'll be telling for years to come. Thanks for hanging out with me on It's Funny to Tears. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on our next adventure into the absurd. Have you ever accidentally joined the wrong meeting or call? Let me know your story in the comments below. I would absolutely love to read them. Stay safe, keep laughing, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.